Now swing my body right to left, left to right. You know this shit's tight.
And so here we go again, back with another one. Welcome to the Dark Times channel. And before I get started, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button for me. And if you're not new to the channel and you enjoy the content on this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure all your notifications are turned on as well. And so let's go ahead and get into it. I came across this video, and it's a comedy hype video, and they're chiming in on the situation with Keke Palmer. I'm gonna go ahead and let the clip play, and of course I'll chime in along the way.
And insecurities. With Keke's latest statement during her performance, it looks like the drama continues to unfold. Let's take a look at this clip.
Little booties matter. My son gave me some ass. I'm my own boss and I got my own cash. I don't need a nigga, only thing I need some bag.
Let's take it around, and there's layers here, right? Pierre, I'll start with you. Just for this clip first, what's your reaction to seeing Keke Palmer?
He said she need that bag. That bag gonna have some batteries in it. Yeah, that much. She could be by herself for a long time with all this bag. I don't need no man. I ain't no bag. Yeah, okay. All right. It sounds cute online, okay? It don't sound that cute in bed by yourself late at night. All right? When you're praying to the Lord to bring you a good man. All right, don't work with them triple A's. Okay.
And so my man Pierre is right on the money. I don't always agree with Pierre, of course. We don't always have to agree with one another. But in this instance, absolutely, he's right on the money. Everything sounds fine and dandy when you're out in the public's eye and when you're being adored by hundreds of thousands of fans online, and everybody's got a battery in your back and everybody's telling you how courageous you are, how brave you are for being strong and independent. Yeah, all that sounds fine and dandy. But when you get home at night and it's just you and that baby, it's just you and your child, and the father of your child is not in the picture, and you don't have a man that loves and cares for you and values you outside of your body, that's when reality kicks in. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop something on y'all. Now, this might be a unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop it anyway. Let me talk to my ladies real quick. If I'm with you and you're with me, you belong to me. Yeah, it's like that. And it's not on some patriarchal, macho, artificial, male alpha kind of bullshit. It's on a spiritual level. It's on a conscious level. It's on a physical level. It's all that. And so if I have a problem, first of all, I shouldn't have a problem with an outfit that you choose to wear out, because number one, I should already know what kind of woman that you are. And if I don't, shame on me. Every man knows what kind of woman he has. So this whole scenario kicked off when Keke Palmer was seen dancing on Usher at an Usher concert. And Keke Palmer's boyfriend had an issue with it. He had an issue with the outfit that Keke Palmer chose to wear out. And he had an issue with the way Keke Palmer was dancing with Usher and how Usher was looking at her assets hanging out. He knew what kind of woman that he had at home, but nevertheless, it still hurts to have the woman who's supposed to be representing you, the mother of your child, out here half naked, grinding up on Usher. It still stings a little bit, nevertheless. But back to my original point. If I'm with you and you're with me, you belong to me and I belong to you. Once you lay down with somebody, once you have relations with somebody, like the scriptures say, once you know somebody, underneath the skin, you're already one. It's called soul ties. It's a real thing. And that's why you'll have a lot of people that have been in long-term relationships and committed relationships. When one person is to maybe step outside of that marriage and do something that they weren't supposed to do, the other person 9 times out of 10 will know. They may not even know that they know, but it's a feeling. And so when I say a woman belongs to me, like I said, it's not on any kind of male macho bravado, fake alpha male kind of BS. It's on some real stuff. It's on some spiritual stuff. It's on a physical level. It's on a conscious level. In every aspect, my woman belongs to me. And also in every aspect, I belong to her. And so if I do have an issue with something that she has on, I have a right to voice that. And it's also an ego thing too. Why would you want to mess with your man's ego? Every man has one. Every woman has one. If the roles were reversed, if Keke Palmer's boyfriend was at a Beyonce concert and Keke Palmer's boyfriend had some see-through tight pants with his Johnson out where you could see it, and he's grinding it up on Beyonce, singing to her, you don't think Keke would have an issue with that? And so it goes both ways. As much as people try not to have an ego, we all have one. It's something that we fight against every day and in every way. But there's a balance to it. I don't think the ego ever really goes away. All you can do is try to keep it in check. But you don't need to agitate the one you're with and the one you love. You don't need to provoke that ego. And that's exactly what Keke did. She provoked her man's ego. She brought him to a place where he felt like he had to publicly check her since she publicly hurt his ego. It's not enough to have a man at home that loves you. That's not enough for the modern woman anymore. I'm not saying all modern women, but for the most part, there's a lot of women that it's not enough to be adored and to be honored and respected by one man. They need it by all men. And I'm not saying that women shouldn't look their best and shouldn't go out of their way to take care of themselves and take care of their appearance. I'm not saying that at all. But it's about having a level of decorum about yourself, a level of dignity. All women want to be seen as the most beautiful woman in the room. That's quite natural. And so if you take pride in yourself and you take pride in your appearance, that's something that's going to happen quite naturally. But somebody like Keke Palmer and what Keke Palmer did, that's something else. And so I'm going to go ahead and play another clip from this comedy hype video, and I want you guys to pay close attention to what this guest says. And of course, I'll come back and chime in.
Marcus, let me get your thoughts. You know, we saw how Darius responded. A lot of people were not fans of it. What are your thoughts?
I respect people's relationships and whatever standards and expectations they define for each other, but obviously they're not on the same page. So I think the easy response is, if you don't want a baddie, like, don't be with one. But at the same time, if they had an understanding and there was a violation, which of course we're not going to know because we only get in little bits of their business, then, you know, it's a little more complicated than that. I think, and me personally, I'm very comfortable with anyone doing anything that they want. Honestly, she can go to the Usher show. She could have her cheeks out. She can do whatever she wants. That's her life. That's her body. It's her choice. She can do whatever she wants in a relationship with me. So shout out to Keke. But I'm not every dude. I'm not every guy. I'm not with her. So I think it is challenging in that situation. But again, bringing it to Twitter was a hell of a choice on his part. And I think he asked for trouble and then he got it. So, like, don't play with fire.
And so his response is very telling. It's very telling of where a lot of men are at in this society. Listen to what he said. He said, my woman can do anything she wants. She can go out to a concert. She can grind on Usher. She can have her cheeks out. He's not fazed. And he's not the only one that thinks like this. Now, whether or not he actually believes that, that's a whole nother story. I'm not even going to get into that. But the fact that you have guys out here that's actually publicly saying this and publicly talking this and that, a lot of times it sounds good to say it, but if they were actually to be in a romantic relationship with an actual woman, it wouldn't fly. It just wouldn't fly. But the fact that we have a simp culture that'll basically go out here and say anything to get the draws. GTD.
GTD stand for got the draws, okay? Got the draws. Yeah, he got the draws.
That's an issue. Because now it's creating a level of confusion for a lot of women out here. Because when they meet these guys, these aren't the guys that they want. It's not the energy that they want around them. They want a man that's going to set boundaries. Say, hey, when you're with me, this is what I will and this is what I won't tolerate. And the same could be said for the woman. She's going to lay out some boundaries for her. This is what she will and this is what she won't tolerate. And 9 times out of 10, neither one is going to tolerate being publicly disrespected. Neither one is going to tolerate the other one going out and getting their freak on publicly and wearing freaky outfits at an Usher concert. Now, whatever a couple decides to do in their house and in their bedroom, shit, anything goes. Whatever floats your boat. But once we leave this bedroom and once we leave this house, I expect you to act and I expect you to carry yourself in a certain manner. Anything less would be uncivilized, as they say. And so that's all I have for this one. Definitely go ahead and chime in the comment section for me on this one, and make sure you hit that like button for me on the way out also. And as usual, peace and chaos.